Released in 1994, Megadeth's Euthanasia is seen as one of their hidden classics and deep cut albums in their discography. Coming out in 1994, it features the classic lineup with Marty Friedman, Nick Menza, Dave Mustaine, and Dave Ellefson. We've got some slower riffs on this one, amazing melodic solos, and some classic songs like a Tullemon. But in 2004, just like all the other Megadeth albums, there was a remaster that came out featuring replaced drums, different volume balances, and some interesting remix takes from Dave Mustaine. So in this video, I'm going to break down the original 1994 release with the remix remaster, see what the differences are, and just see what the overall mixing decisions were. Leave a comment down below. Which version is your favorite? Do you prefer the original or this remix remaster? And maybe after this listen through, was your mind changed? Let's dive into the video here. Okay, so I've got both albums here. On the left is the original 1994. Now, I think this volume has been boosted with a remaster, but it has not been remixed. And on the right, we have the expanded edition remastered / remix. You'll definitely hear the differences there. So I'm going to go through both. Let's start off with Reckoning Day, because we do get like just that pounding right in with the drums and bass and all that stuff here. So on the left, original, right, remix, remaster. Let's check this out. Reckoning Day. Okay, let's go to the new one. By the way, I recreated the sound of this 2004 remix remaster in my Match the Sound video of Family Tree. You can check out that video here if you're interested in learning how I recreated that. So right off the bat, we have a little bit of different mix approach as a whole. The guitars have more mid-range, they're more pushed on this record. And the one on the left, we have a different drum sound, a different overall balance. Let's continue with it. Okay, so notice the drum sound and the vocal balance. Let's go to the same part on the remix. Now, unlike other Megadeth remasters, we don't have a crazy boost to the vocal like a lot of the other ones where the vocal's just like floating on top of everything. This one seems more balanced. However, the drums are replaced. Notice the kick and snare sound. When the walls came in, it's easier to hear on songs like Addicted to Chaos with that massive drum intro. Nick Menza, incredible drummer. Okay, now hear the drums on the remix. So right off the bat, they're much drier. They sound sample replaced. So it sounds like they are replacing a lot of Menza's performance with samples. Now there could be samples on the original, but it sounds a lot more natural. Sounds like it's all played in the same room, like it's one performance. This one sounds more like a drum machine. Toms are super dry. Sounds like an Easy Drummer patch to me. Although I know it's not an Easy Drummer patch, but it's just what it sounds like to me. Kick and snare volumes like the same every hit. They told me you were gone. All this will I find another one? There's like more groove on this one, and something else I want to point out that Dave has mentioned is they actually sped up the tempo of the remix remaster. It's actually maybe 2, 3, 4 dB faster than the original version, which is something Dave wanted to do for some reason. And I must say, it takes away some of the groove. What makes Euthanasia unique is that it's a little slower, it's a little groovier, it's a little bluesier, and it's not a typical Megadeth record. But Dave, in that 2004 mindset, was obsessed with making all the drums sound the same, trying to make everything sound like a thrash record, removing elements that sounded too pop or rock or accessible like. And overall, it just takes away from the sound of the record. For me, I like the groove of this one. It feels natural. One day you'll walk you were gone. As long lot more bass on this remaster, which is pretty cool. I like the sound of that. We can definitely hear it on a song like Family Tree, which we'll get to. Here you can hear the sound of the bass. There's even acoustics in there. You really hear the bass come in. Also, there seems to be a lot more compression overall added to the entire mix. A lot less dynamics. They've stripped back a lot of the like shaker, percussion, and acoustic guitar elements. I like how the original sounds more, you know, like a different Megadeth record. It has more elements to it. Stop trying to make everything sound the same, Dave, I think, with these remasters here. Now, I do want to get to a Tullemon, which is arguably the most successful, biggest track on the record, and see if we hear some major differences there.
Don't remember where I was. I realized life was a game. More seriously, I took things.
Okay, that's the intro.
Don't remember where I was. I realized life was a game.
More dry and up front with the remaster. Not bad overall. At least we're not replacing vocal performances like Rust in Peace, right? So, you know, at least we have that aspect to it. Let's get to the more grooving part.
Stay with you all. Smile when you think of me. My body's gone. That's
Okay, let's go to the pre-chorus on the remix.
Smile when you
louder guitars.
My body's gone. That's
Everything is present on the remix and remaster, but it just hits that compression brick wall. There's just not a lot of dynamics. It doesn't feel as much like a band in this one. And it just feels like a wall of sound and guitars. On the original, like the chorus actually hits. It feels like the band's playing together. And I like the drum performance better. There's more dynamic. It sounds natural. I don't know. Just the remaster for me is a tough sell, despite some of the sonic quality increase, like more low end and stuff, a little more top end. Overall, the vibe is just not really there. Let's go to the solo on a Tullemon and see if there's like a volume difference or anything like that. Okay, that's the volume level of the solo. Let's go to Marty's solo on the remaster. Bridge pickup. Excuse me, neck pickup. So the solo is boosted on the remix, which I do like hearing the solo better. We had some people comment on the Rest in Peace when they thought the solos were too loud. I can definitely see that they are boosted maybe a little too much, but I do want to hear Marty's solo. It feels a little buried on a Tullemon, and it feels a bit the same way on Train of Consequences. Let me go there. I just love Marty's solo on this album so much. I just want to hear him. Yeah, definitely a bit of a boost there. Let's listen to the guitars intro here on Train of Consequences to hear the difference in the guitar tone. Okay, let's hear the original. Let's hear the remix. Definitely was a lot of EQ applied to these guitars. Bass is way boosted on this version. You know, the songs are sick either way. So it's like I'm grooving to both, but you know, the original has less of that sonic boosted quality, but has more groove. The, you know, remastered has more low end and top end, but it's just missing like that special quality and is overall just too compressed. I know Black Curtains has a acoustic intro, so let's go to that. Or was it Victor? I thought I knew it all.
Now what?
Which one is it? Blood of Heroes? There we go. Blood of Heroes. Okay, let's go to the remaster now. Okay, so way different. We got a violin, way different instrumentation. Guitars sound re-recorded to me. Or maybe slightly sped up. I mean, note all the track lengths, guys. 435 for Reckoning Day, 330. Oh, Train of Consequences is longer on the remaster. Longer, shorter, longer. So there's some different track lengths and fade outs as well. But this definitely sounds quite a bit different. Let's check out Euthanasia, the title track. Underrated song on this album, by the way. I love this track. Sick riff, great groove. See, oh, we get to the verse part and it's just like hits that brick wall compression and doesn't groove. It feels like it comes down when it should build in energy, you know? I think I really just dislike the remastered drum sound. I think it's pretty bad. The brick wall compression really takes away from the feel of this record. So that's a quick overview of the two mixes. The original, more classic drum sound, more dynamics. I would say the guitars are a little lower in volume, vocals a little lower, but everything gels and blends better. There's more elements that are higher volume. The remix remaster is more push guitars, you know, less of the other elements, more compression, more loudness, more sort of audiophile, adding low end, adding top end. But to me, it takes away from the presence. It's like, it's a 90s record. Let the record be a 90s record. Okay. The Sick, the Dying, the Dead sounds modern and amazing. Great. It was 2022 when it was released. I want a modern sounding Megadeth record. But for 1994, I don't want a 1994 record sounding like a mid 2000s record because then it's outdated again. Just leave it be. Let it sound classic and timeless. That's what's fun about records made in the past to me. So let me know in a comment down below. How do you feel about these records? Which one is more your favorite? Do you care or not? What element was the most shocking? I'd like to hear from you guys. Also, what album would you like me to compare the original to the remixes next? We've got a lot to do, and I'd like to hear your thoughts there. If you're interested in working with me to improve your home recordings or mixes, you can contact me down below and we can set up a meeting to help you get the best out of your recordings. Like and subscribe to the channel to see more of these videos. And anyways, I'll see you guys next time.